What's up, everybody? Now, as you guys know, I'm a fan of a cheap grill or a cheap smoker. You can get a cheap grill all year round, but finding a cheap smoker is not easy. I don't know how good this camera angle is either. I'm my own cameraman, but I was at the dollar store a few days ago and I found this. A Family Chef charcoal smoker for $40. It says traditional style smoker for delicious slow cooking, and I'm reading upside down, I'm sorry. I'm not good at this. Delicious slow cooking and smoking foods. Alright, I gotta stop this. My brain is snapping in half trying to read upside down like that. Suitable to use as a charcoal grill. That makes me a little bit nervous. Lid mounted thermostat for internal heat indication. That's a really drawn out sentence to just say it has a thermostat, but okay. And a water bowl included to add moisture when cooking. I'm still not sold on the water pans. Some people use them. What I notice is, you know, the guys that run the big smokers and stuff like that, you know, big offsets in Texas and all that shit, I don't ever see them using a water pan. So I'm more of the opinion that the water pan is just to give the illusion that you see water vapor coming out, aka steam. Okay. Anyway, and that, you know, makes people think that they're smoking when you're really just steaming. But maybe that's okay, I don't know. So we got two grates here that are fairly cheap, maybe about the thickness of a wire hanger. That's fine. And it's cheap grill, so I'm not expecting anything to be super nice. What I'm looking for is, does it work? And you know, is it fairly durable for the price? Is this something that somebody can buy for, you know, 40 bucks at the dollar store and use it for, you know, some kind of extended period of time? So here's the legs. Maybe a I don't even know what that is. Maybe a 1/16 of an inch thick, some sort of metal, hopefully, I imagine steel. Alright, so here's the door. Once again, pretty flimsy material, but not expecting much. Here is some hardware. This is where things are going to get interesting, because I want to know. I hate building things like this. In my opinion, is that it should be simple to build. But this just kind of, this doesn't come off as simple, but we will put it together. It is simple enough where you can almost look at it and see what you need to do. I mean, obviously, 2 handles for the side, 1 handle for the top. I don't know if these are all 3 the same. I imagine they are to save cost. 3 legs. These are going to be the brackets for the legs. 1 hinge for the door, which is, I guess, going to be fine. This is a exhaust vent, which is interesting. I almost wonder if it'll outrun the Brinkman like that. And then a very, very cheap feeling thermometer, but if it works, $40. Now, get a nice nice little menu. Let's see how many steps they have the installation for. Installation in well, they've got it down to 4 steps. So by 4 steps, it's more like 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1 step 1A, 2B, C, whatever. There's multiple steps for each one, but that's okay. At least this is light. So let's see what we got here. We have charcoal pan and water pan. Feel pretty solid considering that these are going to be holding a lot of heat. They do sound like metal, but they have been painted, so nice. We'll set those over there. Okay. Few layers of this stuff. So 1, here's our lid, and then 2 sections. Now I'm gonna build this, and I'm just gonna speed the video up. It looks like this doesn't come with any tools, so what you are going to need is a Phillips head screwdriver, large size Phillips head screwdriver, small size Phillips head screwdriver, another large. You could use a drill, but I really wouldn't recommend it. And then these nuts appear to be, now granted, you could probably just hold these with your fingers and tighten it down, you know, hold the nut with your finger and then tighten with the screwdriver on the other end, and it would be tight enough. If you over tighten this, you're gonna bend the metal because it's just cheap stuff. But they look like they're about, what's one less than a 1/2 inch? Like 3/8 or some shit like that, I think. But yeah, so a small Phillips head and a big Phillips head, and then maybe a 3/8 wrench. Looks like all you need to get through this. So we're gonna pause, and then when I come back, I'm gonna put it together, speed it up, and we'll continue on.
Alle guten, alle bösen, folgen
there she is, all done. So total build time was probably about 30 minutes. If I wouldn't have, I got a little confused on this hinge, but just look at the pictures on the box. Easiest way to do it, because the if you look at the instructions for the hinge, I mean, it is there, but like it doesn't quite, you know, tell you how to do it. But so it does come off in 3 pieces, which I guess is a plus. I just have the Brinkman sitting next to here for kind of size comparison. This is a little bit smaller. The Brinkman probably stands about 36. I think this one is 24 or something like that. I'm not sure. So bottom is, that's going to be a charcoal pan. I like that it can includes that little ash grill there, because that is one thing that's annoying, sorry for your ears, about the Brinkman is, as you can see, it just sits on top of the ash, and there is a hook there for a walk pan. But with this one, it's a lot simpler. This is heavier, so maybe a little bit better quality, but also probably more expensive unless you get it used like I did. So charcoal pan with a nice grate for the ashes. This is a water pan with a secondary grill. So what you could do, you could put something on this. It's going to be plenty hot, or it's going to be really hot, not like smoking temperature, because you're right above the charcoal. And then but if you put water in here, you're not going to burn it, because you've got this, it's going to block that direct heat from hitting it. Or you could take the water pan out and do like this, and this thing would make, you know, a little grill. You can do it either way. There's better options if you want a small grill like this. I've never used it. But I'm just saying, you can. So we'll put this back together. So that goes on, which I don't even know that you're supposed to use this, but that's how they have it in the pictures, at least, is bottom charcoal pan, this grate, third piece or middle centerpiece, grate in the top. It was fairly easy to put together. Just needed a couple of Phillips head screwdrivers and a 3/8 wrench, so no big deal. One thing I don't like about it is you oh, I need you to fit in there, sweetheart. Oh, does it? Oh, okay. It's not a very tight fitting grill, but that's okay. It's cheap. One thing that I'm not a big fan of is once this is hot, you can't move it like this. Not that it's recommended anyway, but you can pick it up and move it while it's hot if need be. And it's got a bigger door, which even this door is really too small unless you got like a little garden shovel. You can throw some charcoal in there. This one, it's better than nothing. And that's gonna be my theory, I think, on this. In total, we'll see the cook tomorrow. Better than nothing. But what we are gonna do now, and what I recommend you do with any new smoker you have or grill, before you cook on it, fire it up, get it nice and hot, because there's gonna be, especially in painted stuff like this, there's gonna be chemicals in this paint that you're gonna want to burn off. So we're gonna burn them off before we cook on it. So let's go ahead and get that going, and we'll see. I'm gonna pretty much fill this charcoal pan up, and we'll see how hot she gets, how she runs. All right, now these aren't really all the way hot, but I do kind of want to see what happens if you just, it's going to be all the way hot very shortly. So let's drop them in. It took roughly a half basket of charcoal. It's a big basket too. It's like I think that's a charbroil or a Kingsford. What the fuck is it? Oh no, this is the char griller basket, which I don't recommend, by the way, because it's really clunky. So I know some people simp for it. I like the other one better that I had. That was just a normal one that you just dump over. So we're gonna put everything in here because like I said, we want everything to get nice and hot. Leave the vent open on the top. And let's see how well our gauge works. It feels warm on my hand, but it's probably not even 100 degrees yet. It's getting warmer. Now it's almost so hot I can't touch it. Now it's starting to burn. Alright. I think the temperature gauge doesn't work. No? It's moving. Maybe it's just a little slow. But regardless, I'm gonna let it roll. Overall, it seems pretty nice. Tomorrow, oh man, oh, that's hot. Don't touch that. That's a bad thing. But the Brinkman is like that too. Tomorrow we'll cook some ribs and chicken on it. And it is unfortunate that the thermometer doesn't work. I used to have one laying around here too. I don't know what I did with it. Maybe I can put another one in there. I don't know. But I'll see y'all on the next video.